Yeah, Divya will start.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Um,
just ask Neha to begin. Okay, she'll start off. Yeah, Neha, please start.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, each and every one of you, to being here with us. I am Neha Badoge. I am the student of final year Yum Farm. I welcome you all for today's online session. Sihagar Technical Education Society, Sihagar College of Pharmacy, has organized the today's session on the topic that is my story motivational session by the successful innovator under IIC. So IIC will be established to promote the innovation in the institute, identify and reward innovation, and share the successful stories. So I welcome our respected guest, Dr. Divya Rathod ma'am, and all the teacher and students. Now I request Dr. Rantise ma'am to please introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Divya Rathod ma'am.
Hello, am I audible? No, I'm not audible.
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. You are audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So it's a pleasure for me to introduce Dr. Divya Rathod. She is a PhD in microbiology and also holds an advanced diploma in biotechnology. She is the founder of Silvery Nanos Innovations LLP, which was started in 2019 with her college project to prevent urinary tract infections. She is a founder of Divya Innovation, where number of innovation is worked upon with the purpose to prevent, protect, and sustainability. Currently, she has been selected for Amrut 2.0, wherein 76 companies are working with Urban Ministry directly and working with Indian states awarded national and international awards like UNDP National Winner, UN Women National Winner, and International Second Runner Up among the 20 countries Asia Pacific Ricket and Baxter 2021. She's a winner of UK Go Global India UK program 2019, which was organized by the UK government. She is also a winner of IIT Eureka 2020. She has a BIRAC 2020 under her wings, a signatory of the UN Women Chancellor Challenge 2018, a further Niti Aayog AIC NMIMS First Incubatee, and she has been presenting her project national and internationally with the purpose happy to prevent, happy to protect, happy to sustain, happy to innovate. Wow. At such a young age, Divya, you have achieved so much. We are really, it's an honor for us that you agreed to, take this session for our students. Thank you so much. And I request you to begin with your presentation.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's my honor to be, I think all of them are, I was just checking the names. Everyone is a woman, I think, over here. Yeah, I think, yeah, almost. There is, okay, it's a women's college, if I'm
No,
not.
no, not college, but yes, women are in majority out here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, I can see the interest and I can see the women entrepreneurs coming up from here. So yes, more and more women entrepreneurs. I mean, which language will be comfortable? English and Hindi. I can talk in both. So, ma'am, please let me know both,
Annie, Annie, Annie.
any of them.
Yeah.
So, I just use English. That is a combination of both. So, hello everyone. I want if everyone can just switch on the camera. It's okay if you are in your jeans and pants and t-shirts, and we can have an interactive session because it's more. It was actually I was about to come there, but because my health was not good and I had an side effect of a medicine, which pharmacy college people might know, it was a cough syrup and I could just not. It was an overdose and I was having a trembling of my own. So yes, I started my journey very early when I was at your age, when I was in second year of my college, and I was an enthusiastic student. Asking and troubling teachers. I want to do a project which I can take ahead and I can do more and more research about. So normally we do have research papers and research aptitude in junior or senior college, we normally don't act to it. So we are normally into the syllabus, and we always get into the syllabus that okay, this is the paper we need to solve. We need to fill our journals, and we need to do our experiments, and whatnot. But then I think that aside from all these things, there is a huge gap which in our what do you say education system is right now really realizing, like having an entrepreneurial as well as researchpreneur aptitude in one's syllabus, or you can say in one's life. So to be frank, first I'm a researcher and then a entrepreneur, so I always call myself as a researchpreneur. And when you call as a researchpreneur, basically I work on projects individually. I patent them, and then I try to try to sell the patent, or I try to make a company out of it, and then grow the company, and then we can sell it in a major way. So currently I have 14 innovation in my Happy Toe, that is Silvery Nanos Innovations LLP. And in Divya Innovation, we have 3 projects which are currently
Divya? Yeah. Divya, we've lost you. Hello?
was the glitch. Yeah, I was just sorry for the delay. So yes, I'm so sorry. So yes, that so currently I have 2 patents. One is on I have 14 products in Happy To, which is all depending on Happy to Protect, Happy to Prevent, and Happy to Sustain infections. And there are 14 products solving different kinds of problems. The first major problem which I got was urinary tract infection, because all women, try to squat on the toilets, on the public toilets, even in the colleges, even in institutes, and because we have a fear of getting infections. But and we try to hold the pee and not go to public toilets because they are unclean, they're dirty, they are smelly. So I wanted to solve this particular problem, that urinary tract infection is majorly by holding the pee. And like I can hold pee for an amount of time, but what about the pregnant women, what about old women, what about children, what about disabled people? So that was a major motivation for me to get into this particular field of what do you say work, which is to prevent UTI. And if we can have a polymer, or like a plastic thing, plastic like nature polymer, but it's not plastic, and we can actually get into the toilet, inside the toilet as well as outside the toilet, and it can be antibacterial, antimicrobial, basically antiviral, antifungal, and it can also what do you say prevent odor, and also it can be water and stain repellent, so that less water can be used, and less amount of less amount of water, as well as less amount of acids and phenols which are being used right now. So we all know microbiology. I think microbiology is a part of your syllabus, is it? Anyone can answer if
That's right.
yeah. So microbiologically we can see that phenyl is now microorganisms play in phenyl, and they're like they are not more they're not being killed, and the phenols which are used in public toilets, which you might be knowing is like 5% or 10%, because they wanted just make money. So this was a huge gap in between the chemicals what we're using, and it is also going into the environment. So it is also trying to harm the environment and aquatic animals, and the acidic nature in Harpic, the fumes which were coming from Harpic, which was also a big threat to a human health. So looking at all these problems, toilet, someone working on the toilet is like very little bit cliche and a little bit this thing. But I think the major, you need to get your hands dirty if you want to do really solve the problem. So yes, I made my hand dirty in public toilets, and I got to the by researching about this. So we found a paint like formula in my 2014. That was my second year of microbiology college, and I applied on it. I applied on the toilets, the urinary toilets, as well as the Indian toilets and Western toilets, and it was in a paint form. So the point was that in a paint form, you have to use a new toilet, and you need to coat a new toilet, and then just put it onto the public places. But then that is not possible because we have so many public toilets, we cannot replace all of the public toilets. So in 2015, I thought that, okay, this is not the solution which I was looking for, because I have the solution, but it's not working for all the public toilets, and nobody is going to replace the public toilets. Like, our governments are never going to do it. Our institutes and colleges are also not going to do it. Maybe hotels and resorts, but the market is too low, and still they will be like very much reluctant to take a new toilet instead of they're having a like quite good toilets. So in 2015, I quit. I was like, okay, this is the pain form. I actually presented this particular project with my professor in Indian Science Congress, which was happening in Mumbai, and with Abdul Kalam sir and Narendra Modi ji. At that time, he was a chief minister. And that time I had presented this particular project in Indian Science Congress, but it was just a project, because we normally do like that. जितने भी मास्टर्स में लोग रहेंगे या फिर बैचलर्स में जो भी प्रोजेक्ट करते रहेंगे, वी ऑल कीप आवर प्रोजेक्ट्स इन द बुक्स. तो हम बुक्स में रखते हैं, ब्लैक बुक में रख के छोड़ देते हैं उसको, which I feel is the very, very neglected part of our university and of our own life, because we have literally put our hearts and a year or 2 year into it. And PhDs, of course, they put around 5 years into a project, and then they, do some other odd jobs, which I really feel bad. In masters, we are putting up around 2 years of our knowledge and, mehnat out into it. So I think whatever project you do or whatever project you take it up, just think of it and take it ahead, that it has a lot. If it can change the society, if it can benefit the society, then why not? Why not have some faith in ourselves and get into the business world? So that's what I know. It's very business world is very different than scientific world, but then I think when there is a way, when there is a hope, there is a way. So I always believe in that. So in 2015, of course, I was like studious, like most of the kids over here are. I wanted to do my master's, so I went into KM Hospital in IIH, ICMR. I was like in India, there are 2 students who got selected, so I was one of them. And I did my viral projects and a lot of projects in ICMR, KM Hospital. Then I went to Tata Memorial Hospital. I did my master's thesis on anemia. And after in 2018, there was an opportunity, because there was a lot of Startup India challenges which were coming, and there were a lot of challenges. Universities were boosting up startup challenges. Like ma'am has taken our lecture, so my lecture is there for you to motivate you guys. But yeah, we also had these lectures in our time to motivate us that, come on, if you have any idea, just put it up in the form of a challenge. And I took up the challenge called Chancellor's Challenge in 2018, which was set up by NMIMS. So NMIMS had the first AIC, that is Atal Incubation Center, which is there in the, which has been set up by Government of India and in Mumbai. So every district, okay, I'll let you know. I don't know whether you guys know about this. Does anyone knows about AIC? Let's have it like an interaction session, because I'm feeling like I'm just talking. Anyone knows about AIC? What is AIC? What is Niti Aayog? Anyone over here? Anyone can answer if you guys are not sleeping. Anyone knows about AIC or Startup India, platform, how it works and what startup world is doing? Anyone over here? Yogita, Brunel, Neha, Swarda, or Sandeep ji? Anyone out here? Okay, I think everyone has just muted their this thing and they're off sleep. I've been doing this, but yeah, it's fine. Like it's completely fine. We have a recording out there, so you can just play the recording. So yes, AIC is Atal Incubation Center, which has been set up in every district of India by Government of India. It's kind of a workplace, and it's kind of a place where you get a seat to work and to incubate your ideas, and they give you the support how to start from the scratch and take your ideas into a business world. They have connection with the business world. They are basically the bridge between your research and the and your business world. So this is a kind of a bridge which is called AIC, also like called as incubation center. So now there are a lot of private incubation centers also set up. So if you have any idea, so if anyone would like to share one of the idea which was like a vague idea, I would love to guide them for that. if anyone has that. Pharmacy है, बहुत सारे ideas होंगे for sure. Anyone through nanotechnology or through making a medicine, or getting into a generic forms or anything. Anyone has, or making bandages, chitos and nanoparticles and bandages banana, and making use of nanoparticles into what do you say accessories of which goes into the medical. Anyone has any idea about it? Like anyone has any a small spark
Hello.
in their head? Yeah, Neha, please.
Uh, Recently, I'm working on the project that is the transdermal patch. It is the in this patch I use the lidocaine as an anesthetic. So
Mhm.
instead of giving the injection, I use the transdermal patch. So it is the painless delivery. So it is a new concept I'm going to introduce.
That's amazing. So it's right now in the phase of what do you say? It has been it's on the trials or human trials. हो गए?
Yes, yes. I'm going
You are
to
trials
do
or you are
trials.
studies?
Yes.
Animal studies है इसके लिए? No, na, I don't think so. For this, there would be an animal study. Have you done animal studies?
No, not it, ma'am.
Okay, so you're making the formula right?
Yes.
So do you know you can actually start a company and get grants for this particular formula, which is around 1 to 2 crore? So from Startup India, if you right now registered in Startup India, there is a Startup India grant funding, which gives to each and like 3 years company, 3 years company के पहले basically first, second, third year में आप ये apply कर सकते हो, and you can get 50 lakh rupees without any equity, without any loan, without anything, for free of cost to make this particular product. As well as you can apply to the n number of challenges on Startup India platform itself. So if you are incorporating a simple LLP, which is very simple, and or private limited, LLP is much more. I always recommend an LLP because there are a lot of less documents if you are this, if you and there is a partner of yours who wants to get into it. So a simple LLP, which can be a partnership form, and actually you can apply to all these grants and you can get funding for your own project which you are doing right now. Um,
Yeah, again, we've lost you, Divya.
yeah, think some
Yeah.
connection problem or something is going on. Yeah. So yes, you can, Neha. I think you are audible. Um, yeah,
Yes,
am I
ma'am.
audible? Yes, yes. So you can actually start a simple company. It's not like हमें ऐसा लगता है being a girl or being even an individual, we feel that company, oh my God, it's such a big term and all that stuff. How are we going to manage? How we are going to start? मेरे full family में किसी की company नहीं है. I don't have a particular startup background as such. Um, but like I have taken that particular one step which I was so basically for me after making a company, if I can make it, I think anyone can make it, because it's about the hurdles which we need to just go through. If you know that your pathway is you want to reach somewhere with this particular mission, then you need to get into the sea, and then you will automatically learn how to swim. You will get sharks, you will get boats, so we need to figure out what are the boats, and we can jump in the boats and get into the onto the shore. So Neha, I would recommend you to start an LLP and start applying for funds. So there are so many funds, because you are young, because we are in our 20s, so we can actually get youth का जो funding होता है through United Nations, through UN Women, through UN Escape. So United Nations are lot of what do you say, branches which gives funding to youth, and they need people like you, me, who can talk into technical language, into in proper English, and in a presentable way. So you just need to polish your presentation, that's it. Rest all, I think it's completely we are natural into it, like we pharmacists, or I've done pharma marketing from NMIMS, so I know how pharma people are good in marketing and in what do you say, presentation. So I think you should start a company in the LLP form. You can register yourself. in a very, like, it's a 2-day process, and get a CA or a CS, they will do it for you. Hardly 5,000 rupees lagenge. And 5,000 mein you can actually register, and you can get grants for up to 50 lakh to 1 crore. In BIRAC also you can apply. So, you will be having that whole pathway of business through your idea, opening up. And जैसे जैसे आप आगे जाओगे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा, because it's very simple, I can say. Once you just have to get into the sea. So I would recommend, Neha, that you should start your company as up, and you should apply, or everyone actually, whoever is having an idea which is like, even if it is an idea stage, people have funding for idea stage. So abhi kya ho raha hai, that all the companies, so Narendra Modi has actually, our Prime Minister has actually opened a lot of gates for us, for youth, to have a startup. So all the companies like Will Grow, Coca-Cola, what do you say, HUL, then HP. There's so many competition. So the a part of the CSR has been actually invested in this particular startup, and they are actually giving money to Startup India and to support startups and to fund ideas. So I think we all, being at this particular stage of science student and being having a lot of ideas, we can actually utilize these funds for our idea to get converted into business. Even if it is failing, then also it's not a big deal, because at least we tried. So I think everyone over here should actually try once, pairing up, or getting into teams to start a company which is like 5,000 rupees. Even after, if your idea is not even, so आपको लगता है कि बाद में क्या होगा, बहुत सारे पैसे लगेंगे and all that stuff. Even if the idea is not working, because you have a company, you will work on a number of ideas. You will get into the business. Even if you want a distributorship, you will get into distributorship. You will finally try to figure out what you want to do with that company. But even if you want to close that company, there is no harm as such, because you at least tried. So I just want you guys to just try it once, because it's a very lovely journey. You will learn a lot of things. Academics, of course, you learn a lot of things, but academics can go simultaneously with your startup. So in 2018, when I won this particular award, I was in my master's, and at the same time, it was an integrated PhD basically. So at the same time, I was getting into the PhD. So I chose a subject which was almost going to help me in my project, so on sustainability. So it was going, you know uh, I completed my PhD recently itself in July 2022, and I've actually parallelly tried to manage both my startup, because startup itself takes a lot of maturation time. You think that, okay, in the first year you're going to sell the product, and you're going to get money, and you're going to be rich, what unicorns and everyone is there. That doesn't happen in our pharmacy or microbiology aspect. We always have a product, and it has to go to a number of trials, like animal trials. There are going to be human trials. There are going to be a lot of huge process which goes into it. But starting it right now will give you that particular space and time to breathe. Like if I had started, I had started in 2018. If I think of starting it right now at my career, like at my peak age of 28, I don't think so I'll be able to have that much of confidence, and I don't have that much of time to invest. But at this particular stage of yours, where you are in second year, third year, first year, or in your masters, you guys have time. आपका कुछ नुकसान नहीं होगा. You don't have anything to lose on your hand, so you can actually experiment this thing at this particular age. So I would, ma'am, I would strongly recommend everyone, to, if anyone is having any idea, and pair up and start, and having a competitions into it, because these competitions and these startup funding, which is there for us, people like us, is going to benefit them and give them a journey. Even if there is, even if we are not successful, even if we are not, going to be, we're not supposed to be decisive about it. We'll just enjoy the journey, and we'll just have an experience which is going to be there with the academics. So you're going to excel in your academics, and you're going to be there with your startup, because startup ka 3 to 4 years are pakad ke chalo, there is not going to be a sales. Like it's not going to go into a log phase. If every microorganisms go to a lag phase, and then log phase, and then there is a plateau phase. So this lag phase is around 3 to 4 years of your product, and then there will be there is a maturity of your product, and then comes the log phase. Till you guys will be you will be done with your PhD, or you will be done with your masters, or you will be done with your bachelors. You will be done with that lag phase, which is understanding the market, which is understanding understanding people, how people respond to your product, how companies will respond to your product, how patents taking 1.5 year to 2 years. So all these processes, which is the reality of the world, which will be faced to you in a very earlier phase rather than after. Because kya hota hai, I've seen my friends, I've seen my colleagues who have done PhD from ACTRA. Okay, ma'am, this is a true story, and they are doing marketing jobs, and it feels really sad that they have done 7 years of their PhD into cancer and doing a lot of research and putting their heads into it, and at the end they are and the marketing job is not even related to the what they did for 7 years. So I really feel that this whole thing that after 7 years, आपके खुद के like life के which is very precious, you are given to something and you cannot continue it. You are doing some odd jobs for just to earn money, which then you feel out of like nowadays millennials का जो problem है, and even Gen Z, आप लोग Gen Z हो जिनका problem है that you lose interest out of things very easily because you have not been practicing it for a long time. So if you're practicing this entrepreneurship, this journey from right now, right here, I think this is going to give you a long term benefit, that it will make you learn the journey of life, the journey of market, the journey of your own product getting into the market. So it's going to be really what do you say, एक सीड को मेच्योर होने के लिए, like प्लूमूल एंड रेडिकल निकलने के लिए आपको टाइम देना पड़ेगा. This time is there with you guys. So you guys have time in your hand. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to feel like bad or wasting your time or something. Up Instagram थोड़ा कम देख लेना, reels थोड़ा कम देख लेना. I would really, because till 2019, ma'am, I really didn't had my account on Facebook. I didn't had account on Instagram. In 2019, when I launched my company, I had to make an account on Facebook and Instagram so that I can promote the company and myself because I'm the founder. So these all things is really going to help you out. We are at this particular age, we are very much polymath, that we want to do this. अरे हम reels बना के पैसे कमा लेंगे. अरे हम this ये करके degree after having a job. To be frank, having job, like I always say that creating jobs is better than uh, running for a job, because you will keep on changing your job until you're not satisfied with the salary, or someone or the other is going to pull you for much more salary. But over here, if you're having a passion, and there will be purpose of your life. So I always I always tell that find the purpose of your life, and this is a right time to find the purpose of your life, because you have not wasted much time, and this is a right time not to lose anything and just have it on your what do you say, ground, that let's try something, let's experiment something. We always do experiments in labs. Why not in life? That's what my question is. Then in life also we're supposed to experiment. Let's try this particular journey. Let's try ahead what happens to this particular product of Neha. Till the end, whether she will be whether everyone in this world is going to use that particular patch or not of injection, because you're having a novel thought. You have thought of something at this particular stage, and to manifest that particular thought into the reality, onto every person's arm, is going to be your job or your responsibility to get it onto the market, because no one else is going to do as passionately as you are going to do it. आप बना के किसी को दे दोगे, some people will just try to do it, but they will not be able to be successful at that particular stage, and they will just leave it. But you are the ones who are the creators. You are the ones who are innovating. We know the science behind it, so we are more passionate about the work what we do, like how we do in labs. We are supposed to be passionate, that much passion is supposed to be in the market. So I really feel that just
Again, some trouble. Divya? Hello? I think we've lost her again.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So in 2019, I started my journey with NMIMS AIC at the Incubation Center. I got incubated over there with my idea of, coating the toilets. So now I have got 5 lakh in my hands as a prize money. And I invested that 5 lakh in the technology, how to make it in a spray form. So now we have a product which is in the form of a spray called Happy to Toilet Protector, which you apply once on the toilet, spray once on the toilet, inside as well as outside. It will stay for a month, and it will also save water up to 55% and save environment from harmful uh, chemicals and pollutants. Also, the major purpose was to prevent UTI, so that is taking care of it. That people can now comfortably sit on the toilet and will not have microorganisms going into the vaginal infections and urinary tract infections. So I have tried my bit, and it's still a journey. And we have been doing projects called Nari Saf Toilet Ki Savari, which means that clean toilets for all women. And I'm trying to so it was just a one product. And now what I'm trying, because I have been into deep senses, I have been doing work on ground. So I realized that women don't even have basic knowledge about their genital health. So it's very important for us, for all women, to know about their genitals and about their health, because I have suffered from vaginal infections. Being a scientist or being a microbiologist, I myself didn't know much about my own genitals, because we are very much, we are very much scared. Okay, this is never, this knowledge has never been given to us. So when I got my vaginal infections, I was very much weak. I couldn't do anything. My immune system was very weak. No one could understood that time. I was married, so all my mother-in-law and everyone, like, you were just trying to run away from work. But yeah, that immune system makes you very weak. That infections make you very weak. So women, to be empowered, you need to, because we have a lot of infections and we have a lot of going inside our body, so we need to empower ourselves from within, and automatically we will be able to do a lot of things outside. So what my mission is now, that I want to empower women from within by knowing their genital health, by knowing them, getting them to know about UTI and not to hold their pee for a long time. So I'm doing this particular project with UNDP and with our Indian government called Nari Saf Toilet Ki Savari, across India. So now we're starting with Warangal, Hyderabad, and then we have also done on Mumbai railway station. So we are going to go now, hop to all states of India and also outside India. So the journey is very long, and I hope that you all stay with me in my journey. And yes, I would take that as a what do you say, a good what do you say, a buy note types, that just get into it, because if I did it, I think everyone can do it. So any questions, we are happy to take questions, and I'm happy to answer them.
Yes, anyone with questions? I have a question. I'm not very clear about this LLP.
Okay, so it's a limited, sorry, complete your
Yeah.
question, Elbrus.
No, no, that's it. LLP.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are 3 types of companies. Okay, one is proprietorship, where you are alone, and I can जो दुकानें रहती है हमारे यहाँ पे, they all are proprietorship. So you take an HUF, or you have a GST to that proprietorship. There's a second type which is called partnership. So there, the partner, that's not a company. That's you, two people can join a partnership, and they don't have to pay. What do you say? It's not a registered one in the government partnership. There is a limited liability partnership, which is called LLP. So in limited liability partnership, it's like it's a company which is registered under the government, and there are limited liabilities to the person who is running the company. Like in private limited, it's an individual. What do you say? So the 4th type is private limited. There's an individual company which is running, so all the liabilities or any kind of investments you do or any kind of things that goes into the company. So even if suppose in private limited and LLP is being run, so that even if you're doing a loss, it doesn't comes to your own liabilities. So it's a limited liability. It's like a private limited, but the what do you say? Or the partnership. It's like a limited liability partnership. So there are partners in it. They're not supposed to be definite 4 directors like we have it in private limited. So even if there are two people who wants to start a company, they can have an LLP, and that will be registered in Startup India because it has been registered under the government, and that can be, you can apply to government schemes and international schemes through that company also. And there are also benefits about for CA also. So CA जो private limited में fees लेता है, that is much more less in LLP because there are less number of documents and everything to be signed and less number of things to be done in LLP. So I always say that if you want to start with something which is like, you can start with LLP and then you can convert into a private limited. So you can anytime convert an LLP into a private limited. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for that. So is it like Startup India is helping LLPs, right?
So yeah, so basically Startup India is a platform where everyone, right now everyone can go and check it out. And if you want to apply for any schemes or to any of the government, suppose there are competitions, so it has to be have an LLP or private limited. It has to be registered under government. So government has two approved entities, which is an LLP and a private limited. You can apply to n number of competitions. You can apply international competitions through LLP and private limited.
Okay. Okay. And so this is your product, to prevent urinary tract infection. It is a paint, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It's a spray now, yeah. It's a nanotechnology spray now. Yeah.
Is it on the shelf on the shelf? Can anybody go and purchase it, or it's
Yeah,
on?
you can purchase from Amazon and Flipkart. It's there available on Amazon and Flipkart in the name of Happy Toe Toilet Protector. So anyone can go. Yes,
Okay.
HAPITO, Happy Toe Toilet. Yeah. If anyone has any questions after that, also you can note my email address, and I'll be happy to answer. I'll just give my email address on the chat. 1 second.
Yeah.
It's founder. 1 second. .in. Yeah. You need to add at least one more person to start a chat. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to add people here.
I'll just say hi, so you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can type it.
1 second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
No. It's founder @happytoad.in. FOUNDR, founder @HAPITO.in.
.in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyone who would like to, you can just show the recording because most of the students might be, not in attention to this. But yeah, I would really love to help everyone who wants to start a startup and progress their ideas. We're happy to help that.
Yeah. So we are recording this session, and it will be
Yeah.
available on college, YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Accessible to. So
everyone.
It is found happy2.in.
Yeah.
Let me post it for you all. Yeah, Neha, can you check if this chat is available now? Acha, okay. Fine, I'll
Yes. Yeah, and I would love to, whenever I visit Pune, I'll surely visit your college once because I missed that opportunity. But thank you so much for having me here. And if any doubts, happy to help and happy to be there always.
Yeah. So any other questions? Anybody else?
Yeah, any questions? I'm happy to take the question.
Yeah, students, you can just unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay. So we have, yes,
Hello?
please. Yes, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, Divya. Hi. It was a very nice session. Really liked. Thanks for introducing a new word, researchpreneur. One of the things that we just recently also applied for BIRAC, and it was incubator in Mumbai only. The IIT incubator is there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we applied for that. Uh, as you mentioned that, our students should actually think of, registering a company and think about startups. So we, as a part of IIC, and also now recently we started Center for Drug Discovery and Development Center. We are actually trying our best, and we are like arranging sessions under IIC. So what is, what is
The
your
question.
suggestion?
I'm so
Is
sorry.
there
I
any
was just logged out. I think every 10 minutes is just going because I'm not regular on meetings. Could you just please repeat the question? I'm so sorry.
So, can you give some suggestions to our students that how actually they can think of developing their ideas? As a IIC and as a Center for Drug Discovery, we are actually trying to mentor our students. But as an entrepreneur, your views will be very helpful for them.
Right. So basically, how I started was to identify a problem. So in pharmacy, of course, that's the major thing that you always try to solve a clinical problem, and the symptoms, or you're trying to cure a disease or something like that in terms of pharmacy. But nanotechnology has also been, a bigger challenge. So I always, for me as an entrepreneur, um, I always think that the lesser, yeah, also I'm a little bit of lazy person, so I don't like all those testings and FDA approval and everything. So I chose toilets, and it was the major problem was actually toilets, and so it did not have so much of what do you say, approvals. In terms of, it had microbiological approvals, and in terms of all the FDAs, in terms of what do you say, the screening, like the clinical trials and all, they have been skipped. So in that sense, it was a very good business idea in terms to scale up. And if there is a what do you say? Because in pharmacy you have a lot of animal trial and clinical trials and everything. It, like a project goes for up to a medicine. If you want to develop a medicine, it will go for up to around 10 years, and then it is going to be developed. So if you want to have a good business idea, I think that anything which can be taken into a consideration for 1 or 2 year of a lab work and doesn't have much of what do you say, approvals in terms of clinical trials, in terms of time, that would be really and easy to penetrate into the market. It will take time, like like the medicines do take 10 years of time, but then once it has been approved, it is already, it blooms into the market if there is a patent or something like that. But being a businesswoman, which is like also because being a woman, you have to manage a lot of things, and you have to be multi talent, like like what do you say, polymath or something like that. So I always choose a path which is much more, you need to think from everywhere. So if it is whether it will fit in the market, whether customers are ready to take it or not, whether whether the product is going to go ahead and being accepted in the market with terms of uh, technology, and the technology which I'm using is being in the process. So nanotechnology is just 10 years old technology, which is like blooming. It's still not being bloomed in the market. So I am one of the, what do you say, initiators of nanotechnology in India. Germany has a lot of nanotechnology products, but in India there are very few. So something like that, if we can, it's okay. See, everything is not new in the market. Everyone has that what do you say, application based properties. If you have any product which is application based and can be taken into consideration for 1 or 2 years of what do you say, time period of research and idea stage, and then it can jump into the business scale, that idea is very interesting to me to invest also, and to mentor also, because it won't take so much of time that the person loses interest, even the customer loses interest. um, because so there is a two, researchpreneur always will think in a way that it can fit into the market. After 3 to 4 years we should have money, generating revenue, generating business. If there is a proper research, then you do a proper research, which our teachers and what you say, our academics are doing it, which is like 10 years of particular research, and then get the patent and then the medicine into it. That is also there. You can also have idea stage, and but government won't give money for that, to be frank. They want buyback, even sir might be knowing BIRAC and other institutes which select a project which was around 3 to 4 years of time period mein wo ban sake, and they can apply directly, and they can make revenue, because the major motive of government to have startups is to generate employees and to have employment in our what do you say, you can give an employment to 10 people. That's the main motive. So when will you be able to give employment to the people, to the person, is when you will earn and when the company will run in a revenue making sense. But if someone is an investor who is interested in pharmacy, who is interested in your 10-year project, or clinical trials and everything, because it takes to make a medicine, to make a single medicine, it's like it's a 100 crores ka investment proper, if till it goes, if I'm not wrong, ma'am. What I have learned from pharma marketing is like 100 crores ka investment for a medicine to come from starting stage to get into the to onto the humans with the human trials and clinical trials and everything. So choose a
True, true.
topic which is very much what do you say, 2 to 3 years of idea stage, can make a revenue in 3 to 4 years, and what do you say, get employment, because आपको दोनों बाजू से देखना पड़ेगा. You can't be into your passionate world all the time. You also have to see the other side of the person, that what they want from you, because government wants us to employ people. Government and schemes and other things, they want revenue to be made, because they want to show that okay, this company made revenue out of, as we invested, they made revenue and they've reached a scale, or they reached that particular stage. So we need to think very wisely. So when you're choosing a project, do think about time, do think about the returns, do think about the marketing part, and your customers majorly, and how much they can wait. The customer can wait for that particular uh, product to come out, and whether they will be able to pay or not. So all these things have to be thought like a research project itself. But yeah, I think if you have an idea, you can start with taking initial fundings, and you can start with like this tape wala thing is there. It's very very good thing. Neha wala. It can be completed in 2 years or 3 years of research project, and then we can skip into the market, get into the market. Even chitosan nanoparticles and the use of nanoparticles in terms of what do you say, tapes, and pharma companies are doing that. Tapes bana rahe hai, physiotherapists ke tapes bana rahe hai. There's so many things which are accessories, which doesn't have so much what do you say, research thingy into it. Take something smart. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Thanks for
I
the
hope that answers it,
answer.
if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, thanks. I think maybe we can, sign a MOU, so that way we can have some mentoring sessions for our students. There are some, good students who actually want to, take it further in their startup. So
Yes.
thank you, Divya.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Divya, let me introduce you to Dr. Vade. He is an entrepreneur and has products of his own in the market.
That's
His,
amazing.
his company name is Swalife. Right, sir?
Well, I
Yeah.
just do
Yes.
about that. I'll for sure read it.
Yeah, so I got a small startup also. So my company name is Swalab Biotech. We actually work on small molecules from plant.
Okay.
We are targeting DNA damage response pathway in different cancers. So we,
Host, have you got the Ayush grant also?
sorry?
Ayush grant, तो Ayush ministry के साथ.
Yeah, I have not applied for Ayush grant or anything, but
You
we
should.
are actually,
Ayush.
we are actually we are looking into Ayush at the moment, because we are actually testing the product on, on humans now. So we are going through Ayush now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Sure, we will meet someday in some of the expos. that's
Sure,
that's
sure. Yeah, we'll sign the MOU, so that
sure.
will help. Yeah. Thanks,
Yes, I
Divya.
see a lot of startups from here. I know the students are like, to be frank, even I have done when I was a student. So yeah, they're not much active at this particular moment, but I hope that it will, ma'am will reach my energy to the students when she is on one-to-one session with them. So yes, please do that.
Yeah, there's one student, Ravina. She would like to ask a question. Ravina, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon, Divya, ma'am. I had basically, a question like, say, for example, at what age should we start our entrepreneurial journey? There is not particular age, but then when we talk about entrepreneurship and business, all of that, right? So there are going to be coming, many things into that. So there will be some, good times and bad times. But then what happens is if we learn through others' experience, like, the sessions are generally for that only. But yes, but if we have, face to face interactions, that is also there. And if we have the experience of an another person who is already doing the same thing, and we work under that person and then we start our entrepreneurial journey, is that more better option than starting with and simple, simple, like, if you have an idea, you can go with it, what you have done, it seems. So
Oh,
I hope you
yeah.
got my question.
So I'll tell you that your experience, your journey is going to be your journey. Anyone else's journey is going to be anyone else's journey. So even if you're working under someone, their journey would be much different than your journey you would be starting with. So it's better to start with your journey if you're having the idea, if you have right, and the right time is what in college I feel. College mein you are quite, what do you say? You know about Oyo. Oyo was just 21-year-old guy who has started, to solve a problem. So it's about the passion. It's not about the age actually. There is the youngest girl who has patent was around I think 8 or 10 year old. She started and she gave also the patent. So she sold the patent also. So she is also an entrepreneur. So basically, what my thing is, whatever your age doesn't matter. But yeah, this age right now to start a company is the best age, which is your second year of college or third year of college, masters from this particular time. And if you were having or your sister is having an idea at the age of around 10-year-old or
Yeah, Divya, last year.
uh, if you're having your sister is having an idea which is who is 10-year-old, she can start right away also, because there'll be you're not the one. You always need a team, so you will be finding people, right people, if you are lacking something, because you will not have everything in you. Suppose you are a researchpreneur, you are good into research, you will be needing a marketing team, you will be needing a what do you say, person who can run on the street, a sales team. So you will find people around you having different what do you say, talents or skills, because you cannot do everything by your own. So there is no such age as such where you can start, but I would say that wherever you have an idea, you have the passion to change this particular society or solve a particular problem, or have a luxury brand also, you can start it right away, and at any age, because the journey is going to be yours itself. It's nothing like that you are, suppose if you are interning me and you think that you learn from me, of course you will learn my journey and my mistakes and how I overcome. But when you will start your own journey, you're going to face some other problems and face some other issues which is not going to be similar to me. So I would say that if you have an idea, if you have a passion, you can start right away. You can always learn. Like life is the learning journey itself. Till the end, till बुढ़े होने तक हमें learn ही करना है. That's my philosophy. Till 60-year or 70-year old also, I'll be learning itself from someone or the other. So being an entrepreneur also, you can learn a lot from the community, because there's a whole community. Once you get into the sea, you will get all kind of fishes around you, which will be of your own age and your own what do you say, experiences and other people. So age is just a number. I think experiences and skills, or what do you say, that passion and that frequency should match to each other. So even if you are starting a startup, you will be matching my frequency. I will be able to talk to you and I will be able to share my experiences. So we will be talking as a one to one at that particular level of frequency of brain and talks. So even if a 6 year old person is an entrepreneur, but he knows that he has solved this particular problem and I am having that particular problem, I'm going to take advice from him, that how did you solve this particular problem. So this is something I feel that life is a long journey and you will have your own experiences. So you better experience your own experiences from the start.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I hope
Got it,
that
right.
answers your question. Everyone has different perspective. This is my perspective. And I feel that one should start as early as possible.
Yes, ma'am. Now I have cleared. I had a doubt, but yeah, I know. I have understood that. Yes, I can start from the very beginning.
Yes. And you will be learning, from all your peers and everyone. You have to learn and you have to add people and you have to make a team where you are lacking. So yes.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Any more questions? Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. I have question.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Hello, Divya, ma'am. Myself,
Hello,
Dr.
hi.
Sadhna Rav. Yeah. I have question. That is, when you started at the beginning with one product, or can you elaborate on that, or how you are going to, or how you manufactured from third party or else? Some of the that's the question. So
Yes.
can you elaborate on it, third party manufacturing or
Sure.
else?
Sure,
And
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, please complete the question.
no. That's the
Yeah.
question itself. Yeah.
So basically, I started with making nanoparticles in the lab in my Bhavan's college, and then we applied as a paint. But then after that, getting 5 lakh rupees, I started because I was having nanoparticles, so I did it in NMIMS. But the mixing part and then putting it into the spray form, I took a job work. So there was a job. So there are a lot of so you don't have to invest in each and everything. You always have. You can make the people do work and you can pay them, and that much payment will only go. So my problem was that I had to fill those cans. I cannot have a factory of my own, but I took a time period that okay, from 2 to 4, only this company's uh, product will be filled. So I had given them my raw products. They used to mix it and they used to fill it. That was the start of things. And in COVID, we had a lot of orders. So I had taken the whole slot time as a third, what do you say, not third party. Basically, it's a job work because nanoparticles I am synthesizing. I am making the nanoparticles. Only the mixing part and the filling part has to be done by someone else. So I had given it for a job work, and for that particular time period, there is a fixed amount. Suppose I am giving 20,000 per month for this particular slot. So only my 20,000 will go. I don't have to do an investment of around 50 to 60 lakh rupees. So here you can save. So you need to, even in your perspective, there are a lot of pharma companies, and if you want to start a generic brand, suppose we have a lot of manufacturers who are having Crocin or paracetamol who are making, and you want to make a brand. So you take a slot time and you do it, and then the branding and the marketing part has to be done by you and by the team right away. So for me, marketing and what do you say, making of nanoparticles was my major work, but mixing and filling of the bottle was being done as a job work from outside, and I used to pay for that. Um, yeah, I think, and yeah, first I started with one product only, and with the toilet protector. Recently in this January, because the concept, धीरे धीरे आपको पता चलता है कि आपके brand में क्या क्या चलेगा, what are your customers, and how you can what the customer needs basically. So I made 14 products according to my customer needs. So I have a sofa protector, I have shoes protector, I have a helmet protector which can help you, to water and stain repellent in rainy season and will not even have hair fall problem can be solved. So these kind of leather protector, different kinds of surfaces. So now all my products work on one principle, which is happy to protectors, which is kind of creating a layer between air and the surface, which will stay for around 9 to 12 months. It will be water stain repellent as well as antimicrobial, and it will sustain the product's life. And also try to solve different kinds of infections. So in toilet it was urinary tract infection, in helmet it was dandruff wala problem. So in what do you say, leather it was that wo nikal jata hai, papdi nikal jati hai. So I'm creating a layer on leather so that that it doesn't get in contact with air. So that kind of a problem is being solved. On glass, there is a moisture on the glass during rainy season, so those kind of problems have been solved. रग प्रोटेक्टर है. So now I have a huge order of rug because ठंडी आ रही है और ठंडी में रग कोई धोता नहीं है because वो सूखेगा नहीं. So you will have water and stain repellent rug. So all these, once you get into the market, you get to know your customers well and what customers need are, and how you can increase your bandwidth with that particular formula. So I just played with the formula itself and I made 14 products in that particular sense. which is happy to protect us. And I have two more products, which is one is making electricity from sewage, which is we are treating sewage material and we are trying to make coal out of it. So it's not coal basically; it's a alternative to coal, which is 1/8 of the price of the coal. And there's one more project which is colostrum hota hai गाय का, and that colostrum can be preserved for 1 year. So there's a technology for that which we are trying to sell to Amul or Gokul. So yeah, so these kind of technologies came into picture in terms of research, and while marketing, I'm just focusing on happy to protectors as a B2C and B2B. But all these other patents and other research is like patent karo or becho, aisa types.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's fantastic, Divya. Wow, you're good. Uh, One more question. So for the spray, okay, were there any regulatory requirements?
Pardon?
Were there any regulatory requirements for your spray?
Yeah, so NABL certified because it's a national chemical, national accredited lab. That is NABL, which is microbiology. We have been doing a lot of testing for around 3 months. That was required. But as such, for the toilet, because it is going into the toilet, there is no as such requirement of FDA because we are trying to prevent infections, not kill anything or not. It's a bacteriostatic effect. So we are trying to create a bacteriostatic effect. If we write, so you have to use very much words in place. So when I'm not writing any antimicrobial or antibacterial or anti-killing word or something like that on my product, which saves me from FDA. And FDA has only given me this particular idea that you don't have to get into all these things because it's a prevention. You're not killing it's not a sanitizer that you're killing something. If I'm making a sanitizer, then I have to take an FDA this thing. This is more of a prevention, like a plastic bag. So here I saved my time, money, and a lot of things. So that was something.
Okay.
Only microbiological testing. Yes, we have done a lot of microbiological testing. Like almost 5 lakhs have been gone into microbiological testing. So yes.
And how big is your team? How many
So
members?
so right now I have a marketing team. I have a manufacturing team, which all consist of around 12 to 13 people.
Great, fantastic.
Other people in
Yeah,
manufacturing.
I think there are many more questions maybe, but we can take it up later.
Yes.
I would like to suggest that your happy to product, will be very useful for a number of our students who are staying in the hostel and traveling a lot.
Sure.
Hello?
Yes, for sure. One can buy that. And even if
Hello?
you.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a minute.
Ma'am, you're audible.
Ma'am is audible.
Yeah, you are also audible.
Yeah.
I think ma'am have some issue, network connection issue. Yeah.
Ma'am. Yeah. Can you hear?
Ah,
Yeah, can you hear us? You're audible to you.
yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Yeah, I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, fine. So I think, Divya, thank you very much. So I think we
Thank you
can
so much.
take the session to this conclusion. Yeah, Divya?
Yes, ma'am. Happy to help
Okay.
always.
Yeah, so
May
I'll
all
ask
get in.
Neha to, conclude the session, and we will have a photo session after the conclusion. So requesting everybody to switch on their mobile phone cameras. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Neha, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Divya ma'am, for sharing your wonderful story with us. So I would like to also thanks Principal R.B. Patil sir, staff of SCOP for organizing today's session. I thanks Professor Naule sir and ma'am. With the permission of all the teachers and guests, I will conclude the today's session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, everybody please switch on your cameras. Yes, Sadhna, at your end also, if you can take photos, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Yeah.
I think, yeah, sufficient,
Just a moment.
Sadhna?
No, no, no. Just a moment, ma'am. Just a
Okay.
moment. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then. Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Keep in touch. Yes.
I see you. Okay, in a few minutes. Bye.